Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And we're going hot. We're going right into stuff.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going in. Get your Tabasco sauce out. Get your knives and forks because we're going to dig into some listener reviews.
Okay, I didn't actually pull them up yet.
I have them.
Megan's got them. You want to read? Okay, while Robbie's pulling up, you can read the first one, then we'll let Robbie read the second one.
Okay.
All
But
right.
just before we get started, hey, we really appreciate when you guys take the time out of your day to go to either Apple or Spotify and rate the podcast. It means a lot to us. It helps us get better rankings, and it helps us get to more
Does
people.
it really do that? I think
don't know.
it does. They say that.
It's
But it's
magic.
probably just so they interact with the podcast.
That's something.
No, I mean like with the Apple platform.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, we can read some. I don't know. Should I read or you're going to read one first? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Meg.
Do you just want me to read the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, I discovered Believe in the Run on YouTube and doing research to find my runners and stumbled upon the drop, which has been something I look forward to for my weekly long runs. I live in Frederick County and I look forward to the opportunity to join y'all on one of your runs in Baltimore. To your dismay, I will be running the Baltimore half this month, my second half ever. Thanks for the LOL moments you give me while logging my miles.
Nice.
Strum00.
Thanks,
Strum.
Yeah. I think I actually met him at the running festival.
Do you know what's awesome about that? Like, we live on the Mason-Dixon line, basically.
Yeah.
So we will accept you all or y'all.
Yeah. Or
And-
Yins, Pittsburghese.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. Yins, use. Where I grew up, they say use. Dad still says that.
What's the one that? Oh, John.
Oh yeah, John.
Yeah.
That's
John?
kind of just like a thing.
Like
That's
if
not
you're
like
in Philadelphia. Do you call a person a John?
No, it's
Or
just
I'm
like
going for a
that John. Like it's just like that thing. Like it's just
It's the same thing.
it's just like a word that applies to a broad swath of.
Yeah. I mean, I code switch sometimes. Sometimes I want to say you all, and other times I'm like y'all.
Okay, y'all is the best option of all of them because it just covers everything. You don't have to worry about it.
It sounds friendly too.
Yeah,
It does. There's something about like that is Southern charm. That's just like,
Meg knows.
yeah.
God bless y'all.
Well, no, I think that's like,
No, that's mean.
yeah, that's not good.
All right, Robbie, why don't you hit us off with the second one?
Okay, this person said, I was a quote unquote no headphones runner. I don't think that had to be in quotes, but until I found out about this podcast, started listening to past episodes on the drive to work. And 3 weeks ago, I converted to a headphones runner. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, why don't we?
Now I look forward to my weekend run so that I could tune in. Just today, I completed my first 13.1 mile since coming back from surgery and injury. Keep rocking and definitely keep rambling. And the name is Hayukuru. Oh, sounds cool.
That's awesome. So what's your issue with people running with headphones?
I'm generally a proponent of no headphones.
This whole podcast is meant to be listened to
I know.
on the run.
Oh,
I know.
gosh. We got Scott Fauble over here.
Yeah, not for.
Eat a burrito.
I think I just like the one time of the day where I'm not actually.
I would agree
entertained.
with you, but when I am like today, I had speed work
Yeah.
and having some nice beats going, kind of keep that cadence and the effort going. It gives you one more thing to kind of like shift your attention to while you're in the high effort zone. Like today I had to do it was only 2-minute repeats, but when I had a good song on with the beats, it's like you could kind of like just sink in with your cadence and be like, okay, this is what it feels like.
Also, do you listen to podcasts?
Do I listen to podcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
Like literally throughout every other thing I've been doing in my life.
Oh, because like the only time I listen to podcasts is when I'm running.
Here's something I find interesting about Robbie. He can work and listen to a podcast.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Oh,
only
okay.
if I'm only if I'm like cropping photos or something.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't write and listen to anything.
That's like,
neither.
sometimes I know that you're listening to a podcast and I'm assuming that you're doing like, because you write a lot, that you're writing. I'm like, how do you listen? And then,
No, if I'm writing, I put on like, the deep focus playlist.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or a M83 or whatever.
transcendental meditation.
Yeah, like really like atmospheric.
Like with no lyrics.
No,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's same with me.
Okay. So that's our thoughts on headphones. So, but you're like, I agree with you. I don't run with headphones all the time. And it is nice sometimes to hear your breathing, hear your footfall. tune out and just have that meditative kind of run. But I honestly, anything I can do to make my running more interesting, except for go off of a path like you. Like I love the mindlessness of running almost the same route every day.
What's funny though is I find that even if I do sometimes listen to podcasts on the run, but I'll end up just thinking about the same things I think about without a podcast and not even hear any of the podcasts.
Yeah.
Most of it's gone.
That's kind of irritating. Sometimes I find myself doing that as well. Even with audiobooks, like I'll start to drift off and then you're like, I just missed 30 minutes of whatever the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to decide how invested I am. Like, do I go back? What is one of your favorite podcasts?
I mean, I listen to, let's see, like how I built this. I think I mentioned that before. That's a good one. Any ones that I like ones like Ritual, Joe Rogan, things that have interview a wide variety of people.
I introduced Megan to one of my favorites this week, and I think you liked it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, Smartless.
Oh yeah, I have listened
Jason
to that.
Bateman. I forget the one guy's name, and then Will Arnett. Who's the guy that was on Will and Grace?
Sean Hayes.
Yeah, Sean Hayes.
Yeah, that's I have listened. That's a good one. Conan O'Brien's a good one too. Like, just it's weird because he really converted his brand over to that podcast. It's so huge now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I thought I would love, and I just didn't, is the David Letterman sit down talks.
Yeah, like on Netflix.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna I like the concept. It's similar to what's that show that they used, the Actors Studio.
I think you just didn't like the guests.
Maybe.
Did you start out with a Kanye one?
No, I actually enjoyed that one. Now I feel differently about Kanye and all that, but I enjoy following the life of Justin Bieber though.
Justin Bieber, when he first came out, I remember seeing these comments and stuff on Facebook where it'd be like, the lyrics to Baby, and it was
baby, baby.
Right.
Oh,
and that's basically what it was. And people were trashing him, comparing his lyrics to Metallica or someone, right? Saying, look, at the difference. And then, but I defended him by saying, look at the Beatles. Their first out, I want to hold your hand.
Yeah.
I want to hold your hand.
I agree. But
Fair.
Okay. And before we get back into running, sorry people, but before we get back into running, Rick Rubin was doing an interview with Joe Rogan. He was talking about System of the Down.
Yeah.
And he was like, I believe that if you just look for stuff, it's out there. And he was like, we couldn't figure out lyrics for this middle of the song Chop Suey.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't figure out what to put. I said to whoever the writer and the singer was, he goes, go up, just grab a book and open the first verse that you get. And he opened that verse and he says, I swear it still gives me chills to this day. It's the perfect.
It is the perfect line.
Do you know
for that song.
what I was talking about? Okay, you watched the clip too.
Yeah, and it was just a Bible verse.
Oh, was it just a Bible? He grabbed the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering why he said a book, because the verse from that song is just a Bible verse.
Okay.
Well,
Rick Rubin probably has he made it sound like he had hundreds of books up on the wall and he grabbed just
That's
a random
what I thought
one.
too. Yeah.
But it could have been a random one that had a Bible verse in it.
Very well could have been.
Because a lot of stuff does. But, yeah. All right.
Anyways.
Yeah. But anyways, here's how we can tie it back to running. The System of the Down, Chop Suey might be a good running song for you.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That'd be a good.
It's an angry one, but yeah.
Maybe a tempo with some cool down periods.
Yeah.
Sure.
Repeats, I think they're called.
I was I forgot. But I don't know, man.
All right. Speaking of which, we're getting pretty close to New York City.
So close.
And we're going to be doing, is this going to air? Yeah, this will air this Friday, right?
Which means the following Friday we'll be in NYC.
And the following Saturday, we'll be doing a shakeout run on November 5th. And we already have over 300 RSVPs.
Over 360.
Over 360
really?
RSVPs for the shakeout run. It is going to be a banger. It might be, think about this. It's like a free New York Marathon but it's only 3 miles, with swag. You can try on shoes. You can buy the New York City versions of the New Balance shoes. You're going to have Drew Whitcomb, Ashley Mateo, Lindsey Hine,
Mario Frioli,
all the Believe in the Run
Azar.
people. Aaron Azar. I am Mrs. Space Cadet.
Mike Wardian.
And I think Kafuzi.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, I did a post for Instagram about everyone, and I guess spell check corrected, or maybe I just typed it out. Mario to Maria.
Maria Frioli? Is she cool? Did you check out her
It was definitely
profile?
it was posted as that for a while.
Sorry, Mario.
So just in the last post we did.
Maria Frioli.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be a good thing to do on Instagram. It's just misspell like all the famous stuff so that you get all those followers. Like it'd be Nikai running. Or, like,
wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Like, you know how you have Maria Frioli?
Yeah.
Anybody who's looking for Mario, which he's not really on there, you got to get the Rundown podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
this
did
is
I
like
say it wrong.
This is
Yeah.
What did I say wrong?
It's the morning shakeout.
Who's got the rundown?
Is that even a podcast?
That's not even a thing.
Okay,
Now I'm gonna see if the rundown is an actual podcast.
Yeah, let's get that name. Anyway, that's a perfect example, though. Mario's not really on Instagram. He only
It's an in-depth weekly conversation on the state of fast-pitch softball in Minnesota.
Wow.
That's the rundown.
Fast-pitch softball has its own podcast. There is something for everyone.
Oh, man. That's great.
Anyway, the shakeout's going to be great. We are giving away some stuff. I can't even tell you. There's a limited number of little special New Balance and Believe in the Run branded thing.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's at 10:30 a.m. on November 5th. Do you think there's going to be more people there than at the New York City Marathon?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
I mean, we're going to start counting people that are walking by.
I did, but if there's
We'll just recruit them.
Yeah, get in the picture.
Say there's like 300 or 400 people. What bagel shop can supply that many bagels?
They're sourcing from local shops, so maybe
They better source well.
Wait, let's do that like NPR. We're sourcing from local New York bagel makers, and everyone will be satisfied with a chewy New York style bagel.
And we're giving away a tote bag for
I hope-
any donation more than $25.
Coffee mugs and dope bags.
I hope that they use a Essa bagel. Those giant bagels. Did you
Oh
guys
my
have
God,
those?
they're
No.
gigantic.
They're-
It's like the size of your head.
They're like 2 bagels in one. Megan Featherston sent me them when I was down in Florida, and then she went and got them the last time we were in New York. But they're literally twice the size of a normal bagel, and they're so good.
Do you have photos of these bagels? I'm looking them up. Okay, they are huge.
Yeah.
Brandon, make sure you put this show this to everyone.
So maybe from there.
And you're going to want a carb load anyway. The run will be nice and easy. We'll have every pace. Like when we were talking to Erin Azar, she wants to go like at a 13-minute mile pace.
Yeah, that should cover the gap.
And then, Robbie, he's always sprinting out front.
He'll be doing 6 flat.
Yeah. Robbie's going to be up there with Kipchoge. Actually, Kipchoge probably does like an 8:30.
Yeah, he probably
right?
does a real.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Anyways, so that's cool. That'll be fun.
Speaking of New York, I know it's not time yet, but should we show these shoes?
It's not time yet.
All right, we don't. Have
Yeah,
to show
let's move on to your guys' training.
Oh wait,
Not yours.
Didn't we want to talk about the celebrities that are running in New York?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's run down the list.
Why
have.
are you looking at me like I know them off the top of my head?
Well, I texted you both.
Yeah. So did you read the list?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so name one.
I will
that you
name,
remember.
Zev.
Nope.
Nev?
Nev.
Neve.
Neve. Is it Neve?
It's pronounced Neve.
Oh, wow. I
Neve.
kept saying Nev.
Yeah, it's looks like it's spelled Nev.
Never enough.
Neve
or enough.
Schulman.
Neve Schulman, who is the Catfish guy, who's actually a sub-3 marathoner.
Yeah, he's fast.
Yeah.
This is a 6'1", I think.
You've got Ashton Kutcher.
Okay, that's the one I was excited about.
Yeah.
He's cool. If we pass him, I will be
I don't-
stoked. Where do the
that's
celebrities
actually
start?
right. They start before us, don't they?
Do they start in like
I think
a
they
secret
start
wave?
way up front.
You think so?
I do. I think they get passed by a lot
Right
of people.
behind the elites?
Because
Why would that be advantageous for them? They'd be getting.
I don't know, but Erin Azar got a celebrity like thing, and she said she was just getting passed the whole time.
That's like.
Oh no! Do you know why they wanted her? Because she was going to be on the Today Show.
That's right. She had to start before it went dark, and before it got dark.
And you'll hear about this in this episode.
But that's the thing. If I was a celebrity, I wouldn't want to be getting past. Everyone's trying to get selfies and stuff like that with me.
But the thing is,
If I was a real celebrity.
You are a celebrity.
No, it's
Your mustache is a celebrity.
I know, dude. I was trimming it up this morning, and I was getting a little nervous.
Yeah,
I get nervous, about that stuff because if I end up,
have you ever thought about
have a
going
twitch
to,
in my arm,
like a real like a barber that does
mustache barber?
Yeah,
What
there
to
are
trim
people.
my mustache?
They would comb it, trim it,
It's honestly not worth the extra $5. It's not worth the extra $5 for me.
moisturize it, rub it.
I don't think they do that. They don't. Yeah. That's a whole different barber shop.
I've been going to the wrong barber.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
under
know.
the bridge at O'Donnell Street.
I don't know like half of these celebrities. I think that makes me old.
The other one that I was excited about was Ellie.
I don't think it makes you old.
The other one
I think some are quasi.
Some of them say like actress or YouTube star.
Well, the
like,
actress is the one from
Ellie Kemper.
Ellie Kemper, that's a good one.
That's cool.
Casey Neistat. So we would know who he is.
Yeah, Casey's the guy that actually, when I started looking at like camera equipment and stuff like that, I would go watch his videos, like because he was big into drones.
He had one of the first real viral YouTube videos back in the day.
Yeah, but I enjoy his energy. I think he's cool.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Like he's just entertaining and informative. Like I think the way that he breaks down stuff is very digestible.
Yeah,
I do know who Matt James and Zach Clark are because they are from The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
See, is that a celebrity though?
Yeah. They've got like 1 million Instagram followers. That's how you become a celebrity nowadays.
I couldn't pick them out. And Neve Schulman crossed me at the finish line at Baltimore Running Festival. Because I was there taking photos.
Did you feel catfished?
No, I didn't know. I don't know who he is.
You know, it'd be amazing if he was like doing something illegal in marathons, and this was all part of his show to be like catfishing, like sub 3. I was able to sub 3 marathon 10 times by using a double, and like something like that. Would that work?
Real plot twist there.
Yeah. I wish I would have gotten catfish at some point in my life, but I was like,
You probably have.
I was already past that.
Yeah, I guess it would have been hard to catfish back in the early 2000s.
I do want to go. You know the whole thing where they noodle going for catfish like in rivers.
Yes, I do. With your hand,
hand fishing. I kind of want to do it.
Did you just say hand fishing?
Yeah. So catfish live in these like mud holes in rivers, and they literally just like go in and you put your hand in the hole and it closes its mouth around your arm, and then you just like pull up giant catfish.
Does it hurt?
I guess it doesn't because people do it.
Yeah, because they don't
like it's just your bare arm.
Yeah, I mean they don't have teeth.
What kind of teeth do you think catfish have?
They don't have
get
teeth.
the little. They don't.
They have the sting. They have the whiskers sting though.
Oh.
But
whisker sting. That's a good name for
it. That's generally how you catch a catfish.
No, it's just a way that people do it, like rednecks.
So there's some crazy people.
Like I think they put like a piece of chicken, like raw chicken, on their finger, or like they pinch it and then they stick their.
You're not joking.
No. Wait, you think Robbie and I planned this so that we'd be able to
look? See these guys? Look, putting their hands inside a catfish.
Right now,
mouth.
if you're listening,
See?
Robbie is showing a video.
They just walk around in rivers and just like reach down and find mud holes with catfish in them.
Then what do you do with them?
You eat them. You've never heard of catfish fries?
I will say I won't eat.
I've lived with this woman for over almost 10 years.
And when have we ever eaten catfish?
You're from South Carolina or lived there.
We never eat catfish down there either.
Oh.
Not even at the restaurants?
Not even at the restaurants.
Wow.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but
I think catfish is probably tasty.
So you've never had it?
I think I have.
Look at you throwing judgment.
No, it's okay.
I knew what we were talking about.
I've made it, like I've caught them and made them myself, and it's not bad, but it's better than trout. I'm not a huge fan
of trout. It's a dirt fish though. It's a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, people.
So are crabs.
Yeah, people are always catching catfish out of the Inner Harbor, right where we run. Yeah, right in that camp.
I didn't know you got catfish out there.
Oh, you can catch.
I thought catfish were like river animals.
No, it's like brackish water. So they can.
Yeah, but you can't eat those.
People do.
Okay.
But like
those people catching them, they save them all and eat them.
Have you seen the people doing the string fishing for crabs?
That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know about that. That's about as weird as this.
No, crabbing in Maryland is very normal.
Pretty hands off. I mean, it has to be. Get your fingers pinched off.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
We love not talking about running on the show.
Let's get back to running.
All right, why don't we talk about training? So, Meg, you had the COVID. You ran the London. We're now 3 weeks out from London.
3.5.
3.5. How's it going?
I feel much better. I still feel a little bit more tired, I think, than I generally do. But I don't know if that's just jumping back into training or lingering COVID or a combination. But I mean, generally speaking, I feel pretty good. Megan and I originally, and I'm not saying we're getting rid of this goal, but originally we wanted to do 2:59:59, like just to get a sub 3, but as close to 3 hours as we could.
I like it.
We chatted yesterday and both looked at each other and we were like, so if we don't go sub 3, we were both like, yeah, totally fine.
I think everybody wants to have fun in New York.
Yeah, that's the main goal.
And I will say, to switch over to Robbie's training, Robbie is doing this the hardest way.
I don't know. It's got to be pretty hard.
This is how I trained for my first marathon. No taper, go up, run a marathon.
No, but you ran regularly before that.
True.
Like that was the whole thing. You had a nice base of running. Robbie has done what I would say is I thought maybe Robbie was doing this more for like the story. Like I ran New York without training.
No, I considered it, but
I mean it's been rocky for you.
Yeah, no fault on my own really. There was, obviously when I cut my leg, and then just a couple of times.
Did you see the guy give the dumpster the finger for you?
Oh, I did. That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and a couple of times just getting my kids colds or being sick otherwise. And so, yeah, obviously some of my training got derailed for the last couple months. But then I was like, if I could fit in 3 weeks of running, not so much even like very good training, I think I can swing it. So,
I mean, you've pulled stuff out of your butt before.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing was like when I rolled my ankle 2 weeks ago, that set me back where last week's running was really rough. Just using muscles that I shouldn't be using to run.
But if we go back to your 50K, the hat 50K, do you feel like you put in the miles for that?
I did actually train pretty, not a full training cycle, but I
thought I remembered like a twisted ankle then.
And that was after during the race. Okay. So I had a good like 6 weeks, 8 weeks at least. Okay. And several long runs. But so I figured if I can just get in a couple long runs here, that'd be good. But of course, this weekend was
this was the best.
We had a patio crawl in our neighborhood, and we were one of the host houses, and it was a lot of work just getting ready for it. And it's a pretty big. There's 65 people that showed up.
Let me set this up a little bit.
Okay.
So Robbie never lets me know what he's running. I never get a message from him about, hey, every once in a while you'll text me and be like, hey, you want to get a run in or have you run yet? But this one, I got a text that said, in the morning, I'm getting ready to go run. He goes, I'm not going to run this morning. And we weren't planning on running together.
Right.
He's like,
I told you the day before I was going to run 16.
Yeah. So he shoots me a text and says, hey, I'm going to push it back a day. And I already know what his day is going to, this Saturday. Like, I'm like, he's got to get this run in because he's going to be all day drinking on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I've seen Robbie in these situations, and you are a great all day drinker.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. Like, if I have like 3 beers, I'm like, yeah, I got to go take a nap.
I didn't even take a 5-hour energy this past Saturday.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Which I should have.
So when I get the text that says, hey, I'm pushing my run till tomorrow, I'm like, oof, that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Robbie's gonna run.
I was wondering the same thing. I think that's partly why I texted you.
So I get up Sunday and I'm like, I never creep on Robbie, but this time I'm like, I'm gonna check Strava and see.
I was actually thinking that same thing. I bet Thomas check the Strava Sunday morning to see if I ran.
I checked like 3 times during that day, and we're coming back from my kid's soccer game. I'm like, Meg, I don't see a run yet. She's like, he's not running. And I'm like,
no, I said, no, and Robbie, he'll go out at like 6 p.m. to do his long run.
She did say it. So I kept checking, and then finally I see an update. It was like, you must have started around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, right before that.
Yeah. And I'm like, the kid got it done.
I did do 16.
I have to say, super impressed because I know that had to be like the crappiest 16 ever.
Yeah, I mean, I like the day before I did drink for 12 hours. What
was your favorite cocktail?
Well, there were some gaps. Actually, this is kind of why I was able to do it. Is I mostly drank seltzers. So just kind of like keeping that low.
Hydrating.
Did you drink water in between any of the seltzers?
I mean, there's a lot of water in
There was
seltzer.
some water at some points. But I wouldn't say, that's my theory, by the way.
Oh, wow.
At least I tell myself in my head.
Yeah.
And
It's seltzer.
Keystone Light, seltzers, some Miller Lights. We had apple cider mimosas at our house. By the way, pretty good.
Apple cider mimosa?
It was a huge hit. People loved them.
What's in that?
Literally champagne and apple cider.
Is
Okay.
but that's not that wouldn't.
Yeah.
Mimosas, orange juice.
There's got to
apple
be a
cider.
name for that drink.
Oh, I mean, probably, but I just saw somewhere as a fall
Also, like dangerous around children.
drink. Yeah, but there's people.
I mean,
killed
that sounds like a
stuff.
lovely fall day drink.
Yeah, it was nice because it was kind of warm that day. So it
Did
was,
you have a fire pit going? Oh no.
It was like 70 degrees that day. But so, anyways, we had that party. Obviously, one of my friends was in town. He was homeschooled. And we hung out till like 12 o'clock at night, just
And then
hanging out.
But it started raining before your run.
So then on Sunday, I was obviously hungover and didn't eat or drink too much that day, and then got.
That's good training, though. I mean, if you can get 16 done on that.
That's what I was telling myself. I was like, this is going to be terrible. And what's crazy is it actually wasn't that terrible for the first 10 miles. And I took a gel at mile 5, filled my water bottle in a harbor. And
In the harbor.
in the harbor at Rashfield. And then what I was going to do was 2 like 8-mile loops. So I was going to come back to my house and get another gel and whatever. But then once I was out, I was like, I don't want to go home. So then I did a huge Baltimore loop. So I only had 1 gel at mile 5. Come mile 12, it was a little
Iffy.
Depleted.
yeah.
That's the worst. And we talk about that on Fuel for the Soul, like fueling properly. It's like when it hits, you're past the point. Like you could have gone maybe a 7-Eleven and picked up like some Swedish fish or something like that at some point before that. But once that hits, you can't go back.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to, like, it's too late.
But all in all, I didn't feel that bad aerobically or anything. Just the miles aren't really in my legs. So that I finished going up a mile-long hill, Fleet Feet, just to simulate some...
Fleet Feet?
Did I say Fleet Feet? Fleet Street. And
What shoes did you wear?
the RC Elite, or SC Elite V3. Yeah, the New Balance.
Very nice.
We've all been wearing that. We're probably going to do a video review, maybe even today, of the shoe.
Real quick, the other thing. I didn't really warm up too much beforehand either, so things were hurting terribly by the end, and afterwards I felt thrashed. But also, it was raining. It was a little warmer out. I forgot to put anything on my nipples. Dude, when I took off my shirt, I mean, I was wearing a black North Face shirt too, so you couldn't really tell. When I took off my shirt, it looked like a fresh magic marker. Like when you take the cap off for the first time.
You didn't feel it?
I felt it, but it didn't feel like it hurt, but it was, everything hurt kind of. And
You don't like running without a shirt either. Like you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Like, if you were like halfway through and you knew that was happening,
I almost
wouldn't you
did.
take it off.
I almost did at one point because it was pretty painful. And then, dude, I had trouble sleeping that night.
Because of the nipple?
Yeah. Because it would wake me up because it hurt.
You got to listen to the sleep specials. I don't think they covered chafed nipples.
I have straight scabs on them.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because now they're protected.
Yeah, it still hurts. I'm not even kidding. This morning, like, it still hurts.
You guys just got to start wearing sports bras. Problem solved.
Yeah, you might have a point.
Yeah. Well, to get to, I'll shift over to my running. I'll go short because we're kind of going boring on this subject, but except for Robbie's chafed nipple, which is not boring at all. Mine was pretty boring workout this week. I did a 16-mile run with Jarrett. He did 18, and we just had fun. We wore the SC trainer. That shoe does really good for like recovery. The only thing is towards the end of the run, that's the weight on that shoe. I started feeling it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, but I don't know. We saw that Allie on the run did a like 6 minute.
Allie Feller.
Allie Feller. Is not Allie on the run?
That's her podcast.
Okay.
On the run. On the run.
Unladron.
Last name.
But she did a 6-minute PR in her half wearing the SE trainer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ran a 136.
That seems crazy to me. Like, it's a good shoe, but a 6-minute PR.
Yeah.
We saw a guy at the Baltimore Run Festival had to have run close to like a 1:15 half.
Yeah,
and
I
was
saw
wearing
that
the
dude.
SE trainer.
I called him out on it when he crossed the finish line. I was like, nice.
I've seen it doesn't surprise me. I've seen like people who used to like if you're fast, you can be fast in almost anything.
Right.
I've seen people wear boosts and do fine.
But I've been just getting a PR in that
6-minute
shoe
PR.
is a little wild.
Yeah. And then so we did that long run, and then actually this week I was super tired. I almost took Monday off. I almost took Tuesday off, but I wanted to get another run in the SE Elites on Tuesday, so I took those out again. And then today was the first day I had speed work since London where I felt good doing the speed work. Like it felt really solid, and I felt great. And I was worried that COVID was going to hang around for a while, and that lungs and stuff like that. But I think I'm recovering from London. I think just in time.
That's good.
To do another one.
To get back into Boston. I was a little worried
Boston.
New York. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to get the recovery in before New York. I was like, New York's going to be brutal. I don't want to get cocky here, but the fact that I ran a speed workout today and it
that's good.
felt good.
I ran whatever the opposite of a speed workout is.
Easy run.
Yeah, maybe even easier than easy.
You say that, but you're running in the right zone. Like Megan,
Yeah, I could.
Megan and
It
were
wasn't
talking about gray zone. I actually, because I wore the SE Elite, I was a little worried I sabotaged my workout today because Tuesday I wore the SE Elite 3 for just an easy run, and my easy runs are supposed to be 8:40 to 9:40 or something like that, and I ran like an 8:20 pace.
That's what I was saying. It wasn't by choice. I couldn't move my legs. It still hurt.
Your legs still hurt from Sunday's long run?
Which is crazy. But here's the you know what I noticed is that my ankle that was a little messed up, or like
Feels good.
I'm still, it felt fine, but I realized that I'm not putting all my pressure on it.
That's
like
good.
unintentionally.
No, that's dangerous.
Yeah, because I'm like really overworking like my other muscles.
His hip. That's
like
when
my hamstring and everything.
You remember how he had a problem with his hamstring for like a year?
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. Like that's dangerous for Robbie.
I still have it. It's actually in the other hamstring. The first one is good to go.
Okay.
But I'll probably have to see a physical therapist after the marathon just to get some dry needling done.
Yeah, because you'll need to be ready to reload for Tokyo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, by the way, that guy I ran into and met in London who had just run Berlin and is also running Boston and New York, he's gotten into Tokyo.
He's a millionaire?
He's got to be or something. Hoppy. But yeah, he sent me a DM. I'm running Tokyo.
Wow. And those are all like lotteries, right?
I think what he does is he goes, there's tourist groups that will take you like.
It's if you go through marathon tours, you have to buy like a package, but I'm pretty sure registration is guaranteed through it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is.
So there's I
So
wonder,
back to the.
I wonder how much is marathon package for one of these things.
I think it varies across the board, but
I mean,
We should work our connections and start one of those businesses.
I don't know. I'd want to be responsible for people's travel.
Yeah.
After
And
doing
then,
this trip to New York,
Like when we were in London,
True.
it looks like they really take care of those people. Like they had like people walking around with flags on them so that you could see them. Like there's your host person. Like you don't have to think about anything. Just
Oh, I thought you meant you had to wear a flag if you go on the tour. I was like, I don't think I'd want to do that.
yeah,
Here's where you're from. Show everyone.
yeah.
You get like a discount if you wear a flag everywhere.
It's more like a marathon tours flag.
I got you.
People that are concierge.
So you can see where they're at.
Yeah, but it was cool.
shall we dive into
I would
shoes?
love to. All right, Robbie, it's Christmas. Open up this box. And this one's a Fuel Cell Rebel V3. Not yet.
Wait, you just told me what the present was.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Papa,
Nobody was listening.
Papa.
Nobody was listening.
You ruined Christmas.
It's from Santa.
The Grinch. The Grinch.
All right, so we got 2 special edition shoes.
Oh.
What is that one?
This is the Rebel V3. New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V3.
New York. My favorite part of the shoe is hidden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the insole is like, if they just done the whole outside of the shoe, made it look like the insole, would be cool.
Oh, because it's all custom New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's, and you know.
And New York Roadrunners.
Yeah, you're going to wear that out.
Yeah, honestly, it should have been the design on the outside.
Yeah. I don't know if they can print on that material.
Once we're in the VR world, and you can just switch it up.
Have you seen those? There's a basketball company or whatever that you just look at the basketball with your phone, and then the players all move around. It has animations and stuff. So that's already happening.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say.
We've reviewed this shoe.
Yeah.
So you can check out the review on believeintherun.com or on YouTube. So check it out. The next shoe.
Probably making noise.
Megan, you should open this because it's like your favorite.
It is my favorite. And
is it your favorite? Would you say this is your favorite Max Cushion shoe of the year?
I think it has to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, this one is huge. What size is this?
It's Ronaldo's 11.5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So this is the New Balance More V4.
We didn't really describe this for the listeners. The Rebel V3 that Robbie was holding is like a navy royal blue with bright, like almost orangish red highlights on it. The shoe is really nice, breathable. The cushioning is good. We were a little disappointed with the way that it kind of tamed down from last year's. The like platform's a little wider and stuff, but still fun shoe. Nice shoe to run in. Real lightweight daily trainer.
Good shoe for the masses.
Shoe. Yeah. Sorry, Meg.
That's okay. So the other one we have here is the More V4 in the New York colorway, which is all white. And of course, I love that. Again, the inside has that fancy design with New York Roadrunners and the New York, which is cool. I think it's good that they kept the fancy design inside on this one.
For this one, because it's
crisp
so clean.
White. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, this is, the More V4 has got to be one of my favorite shoes. I've actually been wear testing 5 or I don't know.
6.
And it just keeps getting better, and this iteration is amazing. And
what I am excited about is mine was too big. Like, I feel like I needed a half size down. So today I got a package and there's a size 10. Oh, and okay. I usually wear 10.5, but I'm thinking I like this shoe. Maybe I can get to Megan's level of love when it fits maybe a little better.
Mine got delivered to the wrong house.
708.
Yeah, I live, probably shouldn't say exactly where I live, but my house number is 908. Whatever.
If you want to stalk me, no, I don't think stalk you. I think it's more like wait for the shoes to come to your house.
If someone stalked me,
7.5.
I would be honored if I had a stalker.
You want one?
Kind of.
I'm sure if I go on Fiverr, I can drum up pay someone to stalk you.
Not.
All right. What's a Fiverr thing?
Fiverr is
a stalking site?
No, it's a anything site.
You get stuff for like $5 was their whole thing.
So it's like Five Below, but online?
Yeah, but like they'd like design you a logo.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Or something.
So design me a stalker.
Yeah.
Wonder what that would look like.
I never saw anything for $5 on there though. It's like
I think probably when they first started, it was like, here's one thing. And then, now if you go to the dollar store, everything's not $1.
That's true.
They should change the name of it.
Right. $2 store.
Or the store.
Dollars store.
Dollars.
I was imagining if it was a $5 stalker, they'd probably just fall asleep everywhere. They wouldn't even be able to
get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Robbie.
Yeah, exactly.
Stalking you.
Robbie comes on the podcast. You guys would not believe my new best friend.
Yeah, honestly.
He's like, we came over. I did some cider and mimosas with him. It was amazing.
Found the cooler that's still in my alley because I haven't moved it yet.
Believe it or not, he played in a band too.
He found it on Craigslist because he was hard up for money.
He's still living in the van.
I like it.
I told him about the Arby's deal where you could use a receipt to get a free burger.
Dude, that was a good deal back in the day. I'm pretty sure we put a dent in their quarter for that year, but
yeah. So if you were in New York, guys, and you could buy one commemorative shoe between these two,
in the SC Elite V3,
SC Elite V3, but you've just run the marathon,
it's still good.
Or I was gonna say you've got your race day shoe. And I think it only makes sense to get the more. You know why?
Because it's more.
You're going to want a recovery shoe after walking around New York or whatever. And this shoe is plush and feels great.
And it looks great.
It does look good.
It does.
I'm excited. The more trail, which is weird. We never got the more trail for this year. But I think next year's is pretty wild looking. Remember when we saw that?
I'm excited for the running event in general.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. All right. Is there... I feel like there was something else we need to talk about.
We talked about the celebs. We talked about the people who called in.
Yeah.
Talked about Kanye quickly.
We don't need to talk about it. He's got enough attention.
Beating that horse to... Actually, I think he got what he wanted, though.
PR?
No, some people like that he wanted out of contracts.
He'd been saying that forever, that he wanted to get out of Adidas, and I mean, I guess he did it, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
One way to do it.
Yeah.
What, you got something?
I was just gonna say who today's guest was.
It's a space cadet, married to a space cadet. It's Mrs. Space Cadet,
also known as Erin Azar,
who you will be able to meet at the shakeout run if you show up. And the first time I met her, the first time I saw her was at the Boston Marathon. And she was there at New Balance, had like a little house right up near the finish line. And I had no idea who she was because I'm not on TikTok that much.
They had a house near the finish line?
You went to the bar. Remember that?
Oh, a hotel?
Yeah. But it has a bar, but it was like all New Balance people.
Yeah.
And you could go watch the finish line.
Oh, I know.
I was able to yell at Megan and she heard me. That's how close it was. But Erin's there, and the marketing and PR person for New Balance, like I'm standing there and she lost her shit and basically was like, oh my God, I want to get a picture with her. And I looked over and, I was expecting like some athlete or something. I'm like, I had no idea who Erin was. And there's Erin, and this lady's like, I got to get my picture with her. I'm like, who is this person? And so I ended up looking her up on Instagram and stuff. And I was like laughing. I thought it was hilarious. Started following her, and I think that she's so entertaining, and I get why the marketing person wanted to get their picture and was so excited to see her. But we got a chance to get pictures with her.
She was in studio for this.
Yeah, which is exciting because that means video
and good sound.
And good sound, and not the lag.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to have conversations like if the connection's bad because the person pops out,
or just it's a second off and they're talking. Kind of when you.
And like the delayed laugh is always so awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. And it was a really good conversation. We got to know her a little better, see how she got started. And it's a good one.
Yeah. She's got a lot of stuff going on. So check it out.